Welcome to the Spotify stream, everyone. How are you doing? Welcome. We've got a single series here today. Not really the night yet as well. It's not even sunset, although we are getting close to it. It's an early time for a match, but I mean, when you see these teams who are playing, you have to see a match like this. It's going to be Adrenaline Junkies Team Ignition. Welcome, everybody. I'm not hyped enough, I don't think. How you doing? My name's Spotty FC. It's nice to see you all. And again, welcome to some Blackline Championship Series action. Losers round 1 of the Contenders series here. Team Ignition won Academy Series last season, now in Contenders series. Got a tougher vote, and you can see that already with them. As we did get to see their initial loss to New Age Demon Hounds. Adrenaline Junkies, their run was a little more depressing, as they were able to win their first round matchup over Earthling Moonstone. But then after that, could not get the win over Renewal Storm, who we just saw win against Slot Battalion only like a day or two ago. So I see them as actually we do have an updated lower bracket. This is actually the last match of the Contender Series to be played. No, it won't be the last of this week, but it'll be the last of the lower bracket round 1 matches. I can give you some updates on the overall outlook. In fact, I'm probably going to see if I can update this bracket screen for you all. As again, welcome in everybody. Hopefully, all of you here to watch some strong gameplay. A reminder, this is the lower bracket of the Blackline Championship Series Contender Series. The long bracket. There are 9 rounds of this lower bracket, and these teams, unfortunately, are now stuck in the first of those. You got to make a very long run if you want to see yourself going anywhere. Again, it's Adrenaline Junkies Team Ignition. These teams actually have come from the exact same group. As here we go, we've got an updated bracket for you all. There you go, winner of this will be playing Tucson RLC. As again, I mentioned these teams are in the group. And in fact, we actually got to see that match in Week 6 of the regular season when Team Ignition played Adrenaline Junkies. Adrenaline Junkies won that series 3-1, I think, to secure their playoff spot. Whereas for Ignition, they would have to win in Week 7 to do it, and they did. They swept, actually, the other Ignition team, Adrenaline Addicts, who then, because of that loss, actually were bounced out of the playoff bracket. For Tucson, again, they are in a different group. They came out of the group stage 4-3. Again, reminder, winner of this will be playing Tucson RLC. We like Adrenaline Junkies won their round 1 match, but could not get through the second round. Only 2 teams have been able to. Only 2 teams from the winners round of 24 in the upper bracket are able to get to the winners quarterfinals. And in fact, of those 2 teams, one of them has already qualified for the winners semifinals. That being Sloth Apocalypse. But unlike these teams, Sloth Apocalypse, for one, I think had what was considered a tougher group. As they went 4-3 in a group that included Astro Apollo, Royal Crown Gaming, YT Moonstone. The Moonstone did lose to Adrenaline Junkies, went to low bracket, and lost a new team down. Royal Crown lost to Astro Apollo in the lower bracket. So who knows? Again, it's a weird bracket. Again, in the playoffs, there's so many things, so many factors that go into them. You really have to put in your best efforts. As there you go, prediction poll is up and ready. A reminder: this match in the lower bracket is actually a best of 5. The first two lower rounds here in the bracket are best of 5s. After lower round 2, you go to lower round 3, which are best of 7s. All lower bracket matches are best of 7. So again, best of 5 here for both these teams. So again, a little bit different than usual. Most playoff matches are best of 7. Again, we're just gonna make sure we get both these teams in the lobby as soon as possible. As again, we're basically at our match start time. And thank you all so much for being supportive, for joining this stream. Especially, it's gonna be exciting. As again, hopefully everything's doing well. Hopefully everybody's doing well out there. Again, we only have 1 series tonight, so it will feel quick, but we'll get this series done. And again, only one of these teams will stay in the playoff action. Only one of these teams will have a chance to make a lower bracket run. The other one will see their season end very early. very early in this playoff bracket as we'll move in-game here. Still waiting on these teams, but again, Adrenaline Junkies, up to this point, 5 wins, 3 losses. Then again, they ended the regular season at a record of 5-2. Was I'm wrong? They are not 5 I am wrong on that. After the regular season, 5-2, they won and then lost. Actually, they're not. They're 6-3. Let me fix that for you all. There you go. First Ignition again, they lost their first round match. Against New Age Demon Hounds. And Junkies won, which would make the record 6-2, and then they lost one, so it would become 6-3. Again, unfortunate for them, they tried to make such a run, and then they just could not. They fell a little bit short. And my apologies there on that little miscue, but hopefully we got everything fixed up. Again, we're just waiting here for both of the teams to join. But we have hit our match start time. And yeah, as soon as I say that, there's Dom, Flo, and RPGesus. I don't remember if this was the exact roster that beat Ignition only a few weeks earlier. In fact, I will check on that. I know I can find that match for you all. Let me find it for you. Here we go. What was the roster? It was this team, Flo, Dom, RPGesus, that did beat it. Team Ignition in week 6. And now we're just waiting for Ignition themselves. Again, we're just gonna get everything sorted out here. Hopefully all of you are getting your predictions, and there's still about a minute left. As I think that's Ignition, yeah, it is Goofy, Cody, Drazix. And with the recent announcement of Drazix, time at Ignition coming to a close, I want to end it off as best as he possibly can here. Blackline, one of the I think 3 leagues that this Ignition team plays in. They also play in LOS and Skyward Series, Sky Finals coming up later this week. Drazix will be competing in that for sure. Again, for Blackline, this could be the end of Drazix's run here on Ignition in the Blackline Championship Series, but to keep it going, they're gonna have to take down Adrenaline Junkies. A rematch from week 6. Last time these teams played, Adrenaline won. And they won 3 games to 1. Ignition want revenge, and in the playoffs, a win here is a little more important than just in the regular season. Ignition have always kind of played that game of kind of survival, but now... Is Justin Skyward? Oh, he's not playing in LOS? I thought he was playing in LOS there, Ziggy. Well, at least I think he's on the roster. From what I've heard, he is. But anyways, again, I haven't seen that team in LOS for a long time here. As a pinch away. Low to the corner, Dom. To feel Goofy with the challenge. Goofy has been on this roster for the entirety of the Blackline season. Has helped them keep afloat, but now, again, in the playoffs, in lower round 1, a win is going to help them here because lower bracket runs do happen. Well, I don't know if we've seen any... well, I don't know if this extreme of a bracket run is very easily attainable for any of these teams. Probably not. I mean, you might as well have the hope of it. This first goal going to be so important for both these teams. It's clear from Dom. Goofy sends it back the other way. Ignition. A lot of 50-50s. The thing about Goofy is he does change his roster, I think, to be a little more aggressive than when they are with Ruby. Ruby, oh my, what a dunk from Dom! Wait a sec, that came out of nowhere! Oh, I'm sorry, Adrenaline Junkies, I didn't actually react to that because I did not think Dom had a chance of getting that dunk. My goodness! That's quite something from Dom there. Bit of a wake-up goal here for both these teams. Ignition. Need to find a way to fight back, but Adrenaline. Their fight's not done here. Clear to RPGs. Just waiting back. Low, off the corner, clear from Cody. Dom is waiting, Goofy. And a bump here on Drazix means that Cody's the last one back. His touch only in front for Drazix to get the clear here to the corner. Ignition rotating well, but again, a goal down. They need to show that their offense isn't just one that can hold the midfield, but also great chances. Drazix off the ceiling. Oh, that's looking good here. That one off the crossbar. My apologies for the lag. I have it too. Don't worry. I'm noticing it. Hopefully the lag can fix itself. I don't have much control over it as Drazix. Double flip reset. In front of the net. RPG just gets the clear. A little bit of mechanics from Drazix as I takes it to his own back corner. Control. RPG just with the challenge. Cody. Well, Cody may have overshot that one here. Goofy still is in front of that orange net for Dom to shoot. That one's wide. Flo doesn't have the follow-up, but RPG Jesus does. That's still off target here from Adrenaline Junkies. That's Flo with it. Drazix, clear away. RPG Jesus off the corner, looking maybe for Dom, but Dom overshoots it, and Adrenaline Junkies, while they still have a 1-goal lead, are not feeling comfortable with it. For good reason. All they should need is one good chance that they can tie this game up, really get that momentum to run on their side. Adrenaline Junkies want one more goal to put things out of reach here. Flo, that's the chance! Goofy balls with the save. Adrenaline nor Ignition have really been all that successful with the offense so far, but pressure mounting for Adrenaline Junkies. RB Jesus! Saved by Goofy as he'll jump in the way. Ignition, a lot of defense. Not something that they're unknown to, but something that they really want to prevent going into the future of this series. As Dom, second touch, Drazix saves. Low wants it, Goofy's there, but Ignition have this one in the midfield. Cody. Maybe a quick shot from Cody. Off to the crossbar. Bouncing in front of the net. Flo stops it. And in comes Dom to keep the ball away from the danger of Ignition. Final minute. Adrenaline Junkies still leading by a solitary goal. Well, they've really been pushing for it. Chances for Ignition have been few and far between, and Adrenaline Junkies have done well to cut off the most threatening of them. RPGs is back wall. And it's Goofy to take it to the corner. Ignition maybe get one or two more shots here. Goofy. Dom. Sends it back. Flo doesn't want this one. Now he gets bumped away. Drazix near post. RPG just keeps it out now. Just wants this game to end here. But Goofy, on those final seconds, Drazix chance to tie it. Oh, he does it. It's Drazix to tie this game up at 0 seconds. And you can see the miss off the back wall from 2 Adrenaline Junkies players. And Drazix doesn't have to think twice about that one. Waits for his opportunity. It presents itself. And Team Ignition now send this game to overtime with a chance to maybe start the series up in their favor. Goofy. Quick shot. RPG just keeps that one out. Drazix now. Goofy. On the target the first time, but he couldn't put it in. We demoed before he even gets a second chance at that one. Cody. He didn't get the second touch. Ignition really jumping for that one. As it's Drazix. RB Jesus. Here away. Dom. Over Goofy. Cody here. Dom off the back wall. Ignition. Sitting further back in this overtime than they have been for the rest of this game. We need to be exceptionally careful because any mistake can end it. What a shot from Dom! And that will be game 1. One mistake. Goofy didn't get the flick. And then Adrenaline Junkies pile on the offense. Pile on the counterplay. And they'll force that one in to take game 1. The 2 games now needed for Adrenaline Junkies to win this series. As again, I do apologize. We're getting some lag issues here, I think. Really hope those can fix themselves because I do not want to have too much lag here. Again, we'll see if I'll see if again we just have to hope that it maybe can fix itself here. Again, game was a very laggy game for me. I don't think the players had any issues, but I definitely am. Again, I'm hoping that it can fix itself as the series goes on. Again, we'll go into game 2. Everybody's ready for it. Here we go. This series could be a long one. As the Adrenaline Junkies have now won game 1 in overtime. But how low scoring these teams are right now in this playoff system. You definitely see that starts to become a bit of an issue. I think that they want to counter here. Which team's shooting can really get itself to a strong level first. Goofy challenged by RP Jesus. That one's just to the back wall. Goofy gets the clear. Goofy again. Flow. The sidewall. Drazix now sends it downfield. Dom. The strong touch. Dom. Can't put it on target. Flow. To the back wall. Dom here. Couldn't put it in as Drazix will get that save. Now Goofy. Looking in field for Cody, but Flo cut that one off. Second touch from Flo. Dom's up quickly. Drazix stops that one. The speed of Junkies starting to hasten a little here. Still, Ignition holding their back line. As RP Jesus can't put that one in. Drazix here. Open it for Drazix, he can put it in! RP Jesus stops, and now a counter, but Dom's missed the open net. I don't know why he thought he had to shoot that one so quickly. He had a lot more time on that play than I think he even realized. Now pass for Ignition, that's in from Cody. And the open net miss from Dom. Could be a sign of bad things here for Adrenaline Junkies because you need to score those when you're given chances like that. Ignition don't give you many open nets for free. You need to take them. He doesn't, and he gets punished for it. Wait a second, Adrenaline Junkies, a designed kickoff play there. An aggressive challenge from Dom. Won't work, but already kind of intrigued. You don't see that kind of play very often off of the kickoff as and Junkies maybe motion straight here. Goofy in front for Drazix. The players commit here from Adrenaline, but ball is sent away. Cody now back in field, cut off by RP Jesus. It's Cody to Goofy. What a pass! And it's just wide on the shot. It hit the post. It's Drazix. 50-50. Challenged by Goofy here as Flo wants to tie this game back up. Adrenaline Junkies are the ones who are having issues actually getting into offense in the first place. It was Ignition last game. Now it's Adrenaline Junkies this one. It's Cody. Stopped quickly by the Adrenaline Junkies side as Flo. Now he sends this one away. Adrenaline Junkies really trying to utilize that clear game. And that might be one of their main issues. Ignition sit so far back. The clear game doesn't always seem to work against them. They hold their line very well. Back in that midfield, generally the clear game won't work against them. And for the Junkies, they might have to try something else here to get that ball away. Maybe some dribbles. Love to see some demos as well. That is something that can be Ignition. RP Jesus. Bounds there by Goofy. As Flo with the dunk on Cody. Drazix. The back wall. Junkies. Oh, that could be a second one here. Dom gets the save. Great job from Dom to predict that shot. Adrenaline Junkies still have little offensive presence. Only 2 shots compared to the 8 of Ignition. Cody passes RPGs as Flow. Cody, the challenge. Goofy misses his opportunity. Drazix, though, will put it in. No one challenging from the Junkies. And if you give Ignition an open net for long enough, they will score. No clue why no one was there to follow Dom. Because that one should not have stayed in front of the net for that amount of time before an Ignition player could get to it. There's RP Jesus. Over Goofy, Cody with the challenge. There's Dom. Wants to find a quick one here. Goofy gets a save, but Drazix also jumps in it. It's Goofy just beat RP Jesus. Is that a third for Ignition? Off the post. But there we go. We go in for the follow-up from Cody. And after a tough game 1, Ignition finding more and more goals here in game 2. Ready to put the series and flip the momentum in a complete 180. That required Ignition to do this game after game. That consistency important in the playoffs. Does Ignition have it? Was a miss there from the Junkies. Everybody's not really able to get this one. It's a free chance for Dom. One-on-one with Goofy. He's looking actually for a double tap here. And he gets it! Holy! I can't believe he hit that, Dom! Man, Adrenaline Junkies are going off sometimes. What a double tap. And at a great time as well. 36 seconds. They need 2 more goals here. They need to work quickly, Adrenaline Junkies. If they're hitting shots like that, there's no reason to doubt them in their abilities. The time is a different factor. That being only their first goal of this game, they need to make the most of that time that they have. Low. Pinch play infield for Dom. He wants another one, Dom. And, well, that's off the crossbar. He almost hit a second double tap. Blow now. Goofy to clear, and that should secure it for Ignition. And it will. Game 2, 2-team Ignition. They tie the series up at 1. And again, reminder, playoff hopes on the line here for both these teams. We go to Game 3 with a game who can take match points, who can really take and assert themselves into the series. As both these teams have proven they can control these games. Again, excited to see what happens. And who can continue to be threatening. Again, it's game 3 that's up next. Winner of this will have the chance to win in game 4. Adrenaline Junkies, reminder, in the last time these two teams played, won 3-1, so they won in game 4. We might be seeing history repeat itself here, unless Ignition can win this game. You know, that would put a whole wrench into that idea. Again, so far, we've seen these teams being able to break each other. It's about who can do it consistently, who can do it more ferociously. And so far, Ignition really just did that in Game 2. Game 1 was close, and the Junkies were able to win in overtime, but Ignition in Game 2 really showed the true potential of this team. Need to continue to do that, but it's going to be very difficult. And players like Dom and Flo are continuing to challenge RP Jesus now. He'll turn away. Ignition with space, but backflip from Drazix means a clear from RP Jesus. Again, the Junkies really utilizing that clear game, but it has not been favorable. It is not the way to beat Ignition. They really utilize those team plays, those passes, and especially those dribbles. Ignition are a team that can stand off a little bit. The clears are something that they will happily accept. There's RB Jesus. Touch over Goofy, looking for Dom on the pass play. Again, Ignition just continue to find ways to get that ball out. What a touch from Flo. That's actually going to make things a little difficult for Ignition. More offense for Adrenaline Junkies. Leads to another outplay from Ignition, and look at that, it's a passing play. They're not so clear heavy like Junkies are. Drazix, oh my, Drazix! Saved by Dom. Drazix, I mean, he was so fast up to that one. Definitely feeling mechanical, to say the least. Drazix off the back wall. Once it's clear, gets it now. By himself with the challenge from Flo, that will be an ignition. Staying on defense, Dom. Can't get the second touch. There's RPGesus over a couple players here. Dom's going to turn back for this. But it will be Cody who can get that touch away. Ignition now. Help from Drazix. Up into offense. No goals yet. It's staying close here in Game 3. Ignition. Nor Adrenaline Junkies have found the breakthrough. Does really depend a lot on that first goal. Who can get it? It's Flo! Back post. And there it is. I asked about the first goal. Who's going to get it? It's going to be Flo. And the Adrenaline Junkies here to stay in Game 3. You can't count Ignition out yet. Again, only one goal has been scored. Adrenaline Junkies, though, do have done well with these tight leads, but again, they are not happy with them. They know they can score a couple more goals against this Ignition side. Well, a win is a win. They would like to have their wins be a little less stressful than what they were in Game 1. A little less lengthy, too, as well. As now, with 2 minutes left, Ignition, Drazix in field. Wait for challenge by Flo now. Leaves out for Cody, who, by himself with a pinch. Cody couldn't get the bump on Flo. Adrenaline Junkies clear this one. Down the field they go. Flo, infield for Dom. Clear. RPGesus reacts. Fixed pace from Adrenaline Junkies, but already that midfield breaking down as they didn't have a very good rotation. 2 players were left sitting in that midfield at the wrong place. Ignition definitely doing better with a stronger midfield presence. That's just a good beat from Goofy. And Drazix with not much to worry about on that shot. That's Goofy who sets him up perfectly. A little touch and a little touch there as well. Gets past 2 defenders with 1 play. Team Ignition high this game. And maybe Team Ignition, again, with the rematch here of these teams, again, with the playoffs being so different, maybe Team Ignition know what they're doing here. Maybe they are playoff ready, but reminder about these teams are in lower bracket round 1, so if they really want to make a run here, they've got to work exceptionally hard. I think that is, to say the least, almost impossible. It's not fair. It is not impossible. Teams can definitely do it, but it's really tough to make these big runs in lower brackets. Especially since your competition usually gets tougher and tougher every round. But the amount of matches you have to play as well. Being tired is definitely another factor. The teams in the upper bracket only have to play 1 match a week. Teams in the lower bracket have to sometimes play 2, even maybe 3 at a time. Really don't want to do that to yourself here. These teams have to have accepted that fate. And now they need to act on it. RPGesus, open net. And it's a goal here for Adrenaline Junkies. An overcommit from Goofy as, I mean, he thought Drazix was going to win that 50-50, or at the very least, keep it in front of the net, but instead Drazix did not position himself there. It pinches itself backwards over Goofy. It's a pretty easy shot for RPGesus. It's Cody from his corner. Cody. The corner. Cody still in field. Cleared away, Drazix. Sends it back. Redirect from Goofy. Strong shot. Dom is waiting. Adrenaline Junkies. Definitely marked by quick reactions. We haven't really mentioned a lot about that. Able to just, you know, counter the plays of Ignition here with some great speed and timing. It's Dom. Ooh, Cody turned there and cut off Goofy. Dom's got space. Drazix will save this, but Ignition, they're going to have to go across the field if they want to have a chance here at taking Game 3. Goofy to keep it alive. Cody. Back wall. It's going to stay low. Adrenaline Junkies have left it in front of their net for Drazix. Oh, Drazix has done it again. He got the 0-second goal in Game 1. Ignition have scored another here in Game 3. What kind of a series is this? 2 times this series, Ignition on 0 seconds tie the game and send us to overtime. I promise you guys, this is not scripted. Zom, double, not in. Bounce off the corner. Flo wants it. Saved by Drazix. And off the corner. Ignition didn't win the overtime in game 1, but in game 3 they have a chance here to take match points. Adrenaline Junkies, though, are the ones who, currently, are the ones putting on the offense. They're trying to say they want it more. All it takes is one good chance, one goal. This series will change. There's Drazix. 50-50. Dom's up, but will be met by Cody. RP Jesus. Now Drazix, infield, Dom with a touch, Flo. Oh, and an overcome hit from Ignition. Adrenaline Junkies to win. Miss from Flo, follow up from Dom. Will secure game 3. Even with them going to overtime twice with 2-0, second goal scored against them. Adrenaline Junkies still get the job done. All they need is one more game, and they can knock out Team Ignition. Adrenaline Junkies, 2 overtimes, 2 overtime wins. And we might see another 3-1 here. If Adrenaline Junkies can take this next game, again, they could maybe repeat history. And again, the last time these two teams played was in Week 6. And it was a 3-1 win for Adrenaline Junkies. Secured Adrenaline Junkies their playoff spot, I believe, and forced Ignition have to win in Week 7 to get theirs. Now Junkies just looking for one more game. It's definitely possible. Though that Ignition can come back from this. I've been following this team for a while. I'm on the Ignition organization, but this is a tough matchup for them. This is only round 1. It's gonna get tougher from here on out. Next week, the winner of this matchup has to play Tucson or RLC, so it doesn't get much easier. I should say, it doesn't even get easier. Tucson, another highly rated team that's in the lower bracket. I mean, every team in the playoffs is pretty highly rated for Contenders series, but Tucson themselves had a surprise win in the round of 24. It's like Junkies. It's RB Jesus. Corner. Now we're looking infield, Flo. But on, saved by Goofy. I think the clear came from Cody as well as Ignition. Long rotations on defense, but can be prone to double committing if they sit back too far. As Adrenaline Junkies trying to win on these challenges and speed, but so far the challenges that they have won are the ones that have been inconsequential to getting goals. It's Goofy to the sidewall. Flo. Down the field, Cody. Stopping it, but Flo still pushing, persevering. Trying to get passes for Adrenaline Junkies. His RP Jesus straight down in front of his nets, but doesn't create a chance for Ignition. Now, Goofy Balls, maybe he can. Might have even had a flip on that. Okay, he did not get a flip on that, but Flo, double tap. Dom. Oh my, what was that from Dom off the zone ceiling? It's a second touch immediately, trying to maybe create a surprise play against Ignition. And it surprised me, but Ignition were ready for it. They were prepared. And now here come the demos. I open up some space. Adrenaline Junkies. Maybe they heard me last game, because this is a way to take down Ignition's defense. An easy way to do it. There's no easy way to beat any team's defense, but again, Ignition are known to have a pretty strong defense. You sometimes just have to remove the players, remove the threats instead of trying to just force your way with good shots. He's trying to see if they can get a little more success here, because with both the wins coming in overtimes, the series has not been very easy for them. There's Drazix. Drazix trying to put it in! Oh, sky high play from Drazix. Team Ignition score first as Drazix down the field here. And he's just up so high, it's going to take a while for Flo or RPGs to catch up with him. That gives him an opening to score, and he'll take it. Drazics. Oh, Goofy Balls is now, I think, just DC'd. Backline rules state that we will continue this game, but hopefully we'll get him back. But that will mean a goal for Dom. As Ignition off of the unfortunate timing there of Goofy Balls' disconnect. Have to play a 2-on-3, and they get scored on because of it. That one extra player for Adrenaline will be the factor to push it in and tie this game up at about the halfway mark. Goofy Balls is back in. Now to the back wall. Goofy for Drazics. On target now. Goofy trying to do it himself, but it's Dom on 12 boost. And Junkies mixing some passes just to get this ball away. They are not going to push on this too aggressively here. Again, the ball flow is up. Oh, there comes RPGs. Now they're starting to push. They got boost from the midfield. They're more confident now in getting that offense going. Flow. In comes Flow. You guys get the demo on Drazics. As Drazics, again, his mechanics have been one of the successful parts of this game for Ignition. Unfortunately for them, only had some success. Again, only one goal scored for them. RPGs is with the clear. Odie on target. Flow to the corner. Adrenaline down the field. Again, Ignition, their midfield is keeping out a lot of these Adrenaline touches. Once Adrenaline finds some passing plays, that's when they break through. There's RPGs. Looking for that net. Goofy Balls. It's actually pinched down the field. Wait a second. Dom is there. Almost a true scare there for Adrenaline Junkies, as that ball was scarily close to going in. Keep on playing. Drazics bumped by RPGs. Dom. And a great offense. Infield potential, but Odie gets the first block. RPGs is now with a second chance. Flow didn't arrive in time. Was a little slow to that play in the midfield. And Junkies waste that opportunity, but here's another one. Flow, demo, RPGs, open net! And RPGs with what could be the series-winning goal here for Adrenaline Junkies. It's Dom to Flow. They keep peltering that back wall. The demo comes in as well. RPGs with that final touch here to secure the goal for Adrenaline Junkies. Now with 44 seconds left, all Adrenaline needs to do is hold themselves down on defense. RPGs. Infield. No one there. Drazics now. Drazics. Challenged by Dom. Three balls to the back wall. Cody jumping in. Put on some offense. Goofy. In front for Cody! Tied up with 14 seconds left. Ignition, keep fighting. They stay alive. And it's the intricate passing here between Cody and Goofy. Works brilliantly. Cody's shot as well. Just magnificent. Shot under the defender as they're recovering the high shot. Cody will put on the low shot. And maybe, just maybe, we go to another overtime. Here's already has two of them. Adrenaline, though, may want to prevent that. Ignition. She cleared back by RPGs. Ignition, I think they're going to let this one drop. They will. Game 4, another overtime. We've had this will mark our third overtime of this series. And Ignition will win it! Wait! Oh, Lily Notes! Oh, that went off the post! And it's saved by Dom! I can't believe my eyes. I surely thought that was going in. Ignition robbed by the last defender. Adrenaline. Now Dom all by himself to win the series and to progress further in the playoff bracket. It's going to be a long road for Adrenaline Junkies, but this is the start to it. Another 3-1 win over Team Ignition. Ignition, unfortunately for them, this marks the end of their run in the Blackline Contenders series. It'll be a loss to Adrenaline Junkies. 3-1 Adrenaline Junkies. Move on. They'll be playing Tucson RLC next. And we're gonna see if we can get an interview with the players here of Adrenaline. And we'll get him in for a quick interview. End off it. That was the only match tonight. What a match, though. It was incredibly exciting. And that's it. Again, prediction poll. Let me make sure I get that thing fixed for you all. Again, unfortunately for Team Ignition, the Blackline Championship Series run here in the Contenders Series, not as successful as it was in Season 11 in the Academy Series, so again, they'll be looking, I think, to next season to see if they can try to improve on this. I mean, they fought valiantly. 2 0-second goals to keep themselves alive in different games. And I think we're going to be, we might be getting flow into this, into the interview. We'll see. I'm just waiting on him here. But again, that is, yeah, what a series. Again, apologies for the lag we had at the start of this thing, but it did get better as time went on. But you know who else is here? It's Flo. Welcome in, Flo. A 3-1 win over Team Ignition again. It seems like, you know, you two have met again in the rematch, and it will still go Adrenaline Junkies' way. Congratulations. You're still alive in the playoff bracket.
Thank you, thank you.
Again, a tough series. Ignition scored 2 0-second goals on you. Did that demoralize your team at all? Because, you know, getting scored on once at 0-second is already pretty tough, but getting scored on twice in 2 really crucial games.
Yeah.
I mean, did that demoralize you guys or anything, or did you guys just kind of pick yourselves up that quickly because you did win the overtimes?
The first one was kind of tough. But I mean, it is what you expect from a high skilled team like that. I mean, you can never really kind of let your guard down, and we did, and that was our mistake, and we got scored on because of it. The second one kind of hurt because it was honestly a really good bump from Goofy to get me out, but after it was just an unfortunate double commit. And the comms from our team was, I mean, literally like, okay, let's not get scored on again at 0 seconds, and we did. So that one was a little bit of a blow to the chest, but
yeah,
kind of just picked ourselves up.
Yeah, again, you said picked yourselves up. Tell me about that, because again, both those overtimes, you know, you had to go into them so quickly. But it seemed like you guys just, you know, you're mad or something, because in those overtimes, you guys were very aggressive. You guys were way more aggressive than Ignition. What was it that kind of convinced you guys just to push that a little extra into overtime to get those wins?
It was more the fact that when we got scored on, we kind of just sat back for a second, took a deep breath, and I was like, okay, we can't let that demoralize us. Like, we have to go, we have to do this because they're not going to let up, so we can't let up. And ultimately, I feel like that led to us playing a little more aggressive in the overtimes. But I feel like we just should have played that way the entire time. But regardless, it was a 3-1 series. It was a really good series nonetheless. They definitely caught us off guard this time. It was a lot harder series than last time, that's for sure.
Yeah, of course, and you know, you get your win there. It's going to be a long run in lower brackets. It's only just begun here in round 1. Round 2, another best of 5. You get to play Tucson RLC, a team that you have not played yet in Blackline. Any comments about that series next week?
We made a mistake underestimating one of the teams that we played when we first got into Blackline Championship Series, and we just haven't done it since. And so even though we haven't seen them yet, we kind of know not to underestimate teams anymore, because at the end of the day, these are all very talented players, and they're all going to give it their all, and we have to go in there with the same mentality. So regardless, we're going to give it a really good run. We're going to try our best to run the playoff bracket and the losers bracket and try to make it to the finals.
Well, again, you got to push and get yourselves there. I wish you good luck on that run. Again, congratulations on your win there, Flo and Adrenaline Junkies. Any shoutouts, any final statements that you have to hear on stream?
No, not really. I just thank you for casting. I appreciate you and everyone who was watching, and it was a great series.
Again, congratulations on your win. It was a tough one, a lot of overtimes and crazy goals, but Adrenaline Junkies come out as victors. You keep your playoff hopes alive. Again, congratulations. Have an amazing rest of your night.
You as well.
That was Flo, the captain of Adrenaline Junkies. That is it from me here. I know, quite the series was it, as Origin getting a shout. Shout outs to you, Origin. There you go. I'll give you a shout out. And again, that's it from me. Again, thank you all so much for your support. Continually. Congratulations to Adrenaline Junkies on that win. And again, thank you all so much. It was fun being a guest tonight. I'm Sporty FC. Thank you all. Everybody, take care.